Radio. Hello, welcome back. How's it going? All that jazz. Okay, so God, I don't know how the format of this entire thing's going to be going forward. Because the more I think about this, the more it's just going to be once again, goes to the guild. Not here, my bad. To switch over. There we go. Go to the guild office, switch over, rinse, repeat. I'll just put my fan on in the background. Just a subtle breeze would do me nice. Yeah. What would change you? Oh, okay, I don't know. Probably in between episodes, I've also had I've had a bit of an idea, to be honest with you guys. I was thinking that I wonder if characters have a day-night cycle. If they, not just a day-night cycle, because that's just vanilla as fuck at this point. More so that do they have schedules? Because you'd think that that's the kind of thing that you'd put in a game like this, wouldn't you? You're advertising it to be like a life simulator, a slow life RPG title. You would kind of expect for these guys to have a bit of a schedule. And now that I think about it, because it really shouldn't be understated how insanely impactful Majora's Mask should have been, and it wasn't. But that title alone, considering that game was made on an extreme deadline, considering that it was made on a very tight budget, and the restraints were just mad for that title. Every character, all they did was get 3 days, right? 3 days in that game, and they had a limited number, not that people were making it, obviously, but you know what I mean. The characters within the world, they have 3 days, and each character has their own schedule, where they should go, what they should do, all that sort of stuff from beginning to end, and it really makes Termina feel full. It makes it feel like a place, because you're seeing people live their lives as you do. But titles like this that sort of boast that sort of stuff, you watch an NPC and it's okay, they've got a day-night schedule, that's it. In the sense of okay, during the day they do this, and during the night they're just not in. That's pretty much it. And that's not entirely great. Elder Scrolls games, at least older, Elder Scrolls games, as much as I crap on something like Skyrim, that title at the very least does have a dynamic sort of day-night system for those characters. I think Oblivion is more impactful with stuff like that, and the reason why I think that Oblivion is more impactful overall is because, in terms of its day-night stuff, is because the capital of Cyrodiil, the actual the city itself, because you spend so much time wandering in and out of that location, you have a really good idea of what people are up to at what given time. Because especially if you're doing something like the Thieves Guild in Oblivion, something like that isn't really replicated in Skyrim. Because sure, they might have their own specific, unique day-night schedule stuff. They at this time they go here, at this time they do this, all that sort of stuff, but you don't tend to notice it as much in Skyrim than you do in Oblivion, because in Oblivion a lot of the quests are based around that. Morrowind especially, holy crap, it cannot be under or overstated to what degree Morrowind gets that stuff right. And this is a game which is advertising and boasting that, this is the point. You're living your life. It's like Animal Crossing as well. Something that I genuinely do have a bit of a disdain for when it comes to like the newer Animal Crossing games is that like the NPCs aren't really doing anything, you know. They might have like a set hobby within their like specific locations or something like that, but if you were to make something like, say, like you make the museum, for example, or something like that, once you've made a building like that in New Horizons, the usual suspects take over. You know, an NPC will appear in town because you have built something, and some people are quite eager to make things in those games in order to bring out NPCs. It happens to other games all the time as well. You know, like a village or town simulators. If you build this, then this specific NPC will arrive. Isn't that a really cool thing? And you sort of left with the idea that's like, okay, so the point of building this is to unlock the features of said building, but also to bring an NPC in to look after the building. How much more interesting would it be to find a sort of like randomized NPC that's created specifically for your game, and because their hobbies align, they get a job, you know, working at the museum? Like, how much more interesting is that? Because now you go there and say, oh, that makes sense, and now I understand why you're here. And, you know, you make like a cafe or something like that, and you see people working there, and then maybe as time goes on, because they're working there and they're earning more, they can deck their place out. Some small little details like that. Maybe they go, like, after they work at like a shop, when the shop's all done and dusted, like they go and they go to like a bar or something like that afterwards. Something small like that. But no, instead a lot of these games are sort of designed around the idea of like, this character clearly belongs in this area. It's what I'm saying about the factions and the jobs in this game, how dull it feels to do any of these, because every single character that we are seeing here, they're all in their own universe, you know. That we're currently in the Angler universe. We're in the fishing universe at the moment. The second we finish with this quest, and we start like the next life quest thing, we are going to change over to there, and any progress that we've made within this sort of quest line in this universe, if you will, is irrelevant. It goes out the window. Everyone forgets you exist. You just move on with your life. And as I said, it sucks because it would be cool if, depending on your actions, how well you perform in certain areas, what characters you meet, whether or not you complete certain side quests, maybe after you've done certain side quests, like, characters have like different interests, or they get encouraged to do something that they otherwise wouldn't, and that will now change, like, oh, maybe this former carpenter wants to become a chef or something like that. And then when you go over to do like the cooking quests, they're there now to help you out. It just feels like a no-brainer if you're going to do something like this today. It's why I'm interested in checking out titles like Pokepia, because I think that they are some of the easiest games to critique the potential of, if that makes sense. They're significantly easy to critique the potential of, in the sense that, like, it shouldn't be that hard to identify in the year 2026 what you should be doing with these games. And if you think, oh, well, that's a lot of effort for a designer to do, well, yeah, that's exactly. Do you just want to, you know, settle and be forgotten relatively quickly, or do you actually want to make your mark on this industry? Do you actually want to be known for like pushing the bar forward or something like that? I don't think it's that much to ask for characters to act like characters. And, you know, as I said, like, the dialogue is fine enough. I don't really have an issue with it, but it's it's stale, you know, it's very dry, it's... There's nothing pushing the boundaries of, like, this genre. And so far, ultimately, this game is exactly what I said it was, and it's appealing to me for the reasons I said it would, which is it's like a dry version of the job system from Final Fantasy titles, specifically 14 rather. And I mean that in the sense that, like, you've got your job quests, they've got their own individual storylines, you're going off doing your own thing, you know, but that's the entire point of this game. It's to do that stuff. And again, we've got that big ol' Questaruni storyline happening in the background, but as I have said in the previous video, wouldn't it just make more sense just to make your character a resident of this town, getting a job for the first time, and, you know, do little things here and there, like as you're progressing in this world, as you're doing all these little odd jobs, helping out, progressing along in certain career paths, you know, you get to know the people of this place a little bit more. And you might say something along the lines of, well, aren't you getting to know these characters a bit more by doing these initial, like, tutorial quests? Isn't that why you're doing them in the first place? Well, I'm trying to get something out of them, but absolutely, but I very much doubt that we're going to be seeing much of these characters over the course of the game.
Very well.
It's quite amusing that I'm going to be covering Ocarina of Time, in the immediate future. Like, that video, those videos are revving to go. They are on standby. They are going to be released, and when they are, it's in preparation for the Ocarina of Time remake. So when that happens, when that game comes out and I can cover it, and you guys can witness my take on that, because I'm quite nervous about that title, to be completely honest with you, but when that title comes out, we can talk a lot about how Ocarina of Time handles its side quests. And it's quite relevant to this title, because those side quests are very short, but they do leave a lasting impact on you. And they leave a lasting impact on you because they're quite involved, you know? You're helping out, like, Dompe, like, as the gravedigger go about his business, and then, you know, that eventually ties into, like, the mass quest later on, where you see a boy who's like, I want to grow up to be as spooky as Dompe one day, and then when you go into the future, Dompe has passed away, and it's like, oh yeah, you're under here, you're a ghost, like, your unfinished business would probably be tied to this locale, or something along those lines, you know, like, it's not heavy, it's not particularly deep, but the idea is that there is something there. There's something going on to leave a lasting impression. And I'm just sort of worried at this point that we have played a chunk of this game already, and I'm doing each individual, like, I'm starting each individual life, because of course it's optimal to do that. Why would you not do that? And the result of all of this is like, what am I meant to get from this? Yes, the fabulous, wonderful, magnificent life of a tailor. Everything in fashion, yep. It's the introductory cutscenes that you would expect from each job, and unfortunately that makes the characters, once again, I keep using that word, but it's true, dry, you know? This one's probably the most direct thus far. Like, you want to be a tailor in this world? Okay, that's cool. If you want to be a tailor in this world, I need you to make me the specific item in order to proceed. Go talk to second quest giver in order to learn information about resource you will need. That's me. I'm Splungus. Yeah, here we go again. Like, oh, okay, so what's her trait? Well, she sings. Okay, anything else? No, not really. If you want to learn how to make woven straw fabric, I'll be happy to teach you. Usually we have to harvest straw thread we need from plants in Eternia village, but just this once, I'll give you some as a gift. This is even more direct than previously. We're just handed the item this time. Now go on the workbench. Yeah, but we're not even told to go to like a resource manager or anything like that this time around. We're just handed the item. And let me guess, it's going to be the same crafting game as everything else we've done so far? Yep, exactly the same. Notice how... I've realised that's optimal to actually look at the... It's actually optimal to look at the bar at the top, rather than what I'm doing down below. Because then I know what I'm doing next. Anyway, yeah, like, it's just aesthetically, the environment changes, but the workboard is still the same. We've very done. I must say bravo. With such wonderful stitching, I can't believe it's for the first time. Bravissimo! Okay, is that it? It's probably not. Capital Marketplace. This actually might be the most bare bones, straightforward one yet. I say that, but the Angler one wasn't exactly brimming with joy. Like, so far, the Paladin one is... Like, there's more going on there. Because protecting the city tells you about the city by proxy. And not just that, but we also learned that, like, there are a lot of new recruits joining on a day-by-day basis. Like, there were the Paladin seniors, if you will, that well, self-proclaimed, that will only call themselves that because they were, like, days apart from each other in terms of, like, being recruited. That's an interesting factoid to take away in my little noggin. But here, and in all of these life quests, all of the material ones, it's just sort of like... Ugh. She has to make something, but she can't make it in time. Look at her name as well. Croquette. Crochet. Oddly enough, I think the names are... I didn't say this last time as well, because I needed a little bit more evidence, but I think I'm fairly confident at this point to say that the names are overkill, in the sense that... Because they're all named after the activity that they do. I think that unironically makes their names harder to remember. Or rather, it makes their names ironically harder to remember. You'd think it'd be the opposite, like, oh, it's a pun. Get it? It's like, yeah, but when everyone's name is a pun, I just feel like I'm listing, like, words, you know? Like, I'm not... The routine of this sucks as well. Like, I just want to explore. I want to explore, I want to level up things, I want to go about my business. But I can't do anything efficiently unless I run off and do the next thing. Like, look, oh, this is going to tie into farming. Who could have guessed? So shearing's going to be like mining, and it's going to, like, farming. All... Oh, God. It's all the same. I think the break helped me. I'll say that. Like, in between episodes, I managed to, like, reset myself, sort of. And I'm annoyed, but I'm also, like, I'm awake, you know? I'm very aware of what's happening at the moment. I'm trying to adjust the volume to be just right. I need to get my mixer board set up again. I think that's probably what I need to do. There's one more thing I didn't mention earlier. To make a flowy cape, you need a very special material. I've already got it. The searching back again, like, is it so hard to tie like all these quests together? I think that would be awesome. If you had the opportunity to start all of these things at the same time, and it's like, oh, in order to finish, say like there's a big fair happening or a festival or something along those lines. I'm sure this is something that the game will do at some point. But to begin with, like, showing you how integral all these like little cogs are in order to function together and make something bigger. Wouldn't it be better if I could see, like, oh, I don't know. Shit. Why is there... I still don't get the intense time limit with this stuff. Well, like... Oh, it's fine. Surely it makes more sense to take my time with something like this. She can hide it from me. Most important lesson? You mean proper sewing technique? Ho ho ho, yes, this is also very important. But, above all else, a true tailor knows how to put others... It's like Jesus Christ game.
Oh, simply...
You could just slap that somewhere, you know? You could make that, like, the back of the box for this game or something like that. A true tailor knows how to put others for themselves, and it's just like, what the hell are you talking about? Right, I'm a fledgling tailor. What else have we got? We'll have the remaining combat stuff to do.
I'm so glad to see her. What can I do for you?
Alchemist and cook. We'll do alchemy. Keep in mind that when all of this is done as well, we still have to level them up. Like, I am going off the assumption that hopping on the bone dragon is it's a false flag, if that makes sense. It's the thing that most games tend to do, where it's like, oh yeah, actually nothing will change. Camel. Everything from potions, accessories to explosives, imagination to reality. Part of your trial is as follows. You'll concoct an HP potion. Now I have to do my best to not compare this game to the Atelier series. I want to cover the Riser games at some point. I think that'd be interesting to do. Heal weed. Do I not have heal weed? These so far these quests feel a little bit less developed. What are we, like 25 minutes into this, and in comparison to the other stuff that we've been doing, it's been really quick. It's always wanted to say that, but to be honest, Toto is probably close to dead last. I feel like I've already gotten Hillweed. You're just gonna give me more. Okay. That needs to be a check. Like, if I just have it in my inventory. Do I have Hillweed in my inventory? I do, I already had some. Okay, we're gonna make an HP potion, and it's gonna be another workbench quest, which, you know what that means? Yeah, and again, look at this, because it's a workbench, it means that we can just switch to, like, anything and the workbench will transform. That's so dumb. Oh god, this one's gonna be hard to... Ooh. Oh, that's our first spin. We got to do something out of the norm for a change. I didn't check how much heal weed that costs to make, actually. 5. That's not that bad.
Yes, indeed.
Points. So I threw a ball at my head before I got attacked. There's an education system in this place as well. Like, I don't know. There's got to be. There's got to be more that we can add to this. And we might do. Like, this could be. Like, 20 hours down the line, I might get everything that I want out of this game. But oof. And of course we have to go to the capital again. It's a good job that this game is nice on the eyes, I'll say that, but... Oh god. Just imagine walking back and forth between two rooms, like, every, like, 5 minutes or so. And then doing that ad nauseum. Dubious object. Did we not get one of those before? Yeah, we did. Okay. Some oak logs. I should imagine that just by doing the side quests as well, we're going to get a lot of the job quests done. Here we go. And after this, we will have finished this quest. Some of these actually seem impossible to get the excellent on. Like, I'm wondering... Did you spend so much time on doing certain aspects of it? I'm guessing the idea is that as long as you get anything higher than a great, that's fine. Sure, the professor will promote you to flood, like, fetching out. Fuck no. Yep. And a quick twist to Rooney. This quest requires us to go back to the capital for a second time. Is there a way we can just... like... No. We do have to walk each time. I'm bordering on, like, a fast travel system at this point, just because this is beyond tedious. I suppose the idea is that you'll be collecting things as you go, which, you know, I get in the loosest possible sense, but also... ugh. And we're over here at the Magician's Academy, which means that, yep, the last thing, like, one of the last things that we'll be doing is being a magician as well, so it should cross over, but it won't.
Yes, indeed.
The knowledge you gain through hard work can't be so easily erased, not even by a flying ball or particularly mouth-watering steak.
Incredible! Just incredible!
It's amazing how they are all individual, like... they're all tropes, right? Each one of these storylines is a trope, but Like, it's a cliche narrative, but it's not adding anything onto it. Each time we go to the Life Guild, you keep being told over and over and over again, now you have to learn or do the ABCs of this life job thing. And it really is the ABCs of it. Right, what was the last one? It was Cook, wasn't
I'm
it?
so glad to see your daughter. What can I do for you?
So we do that, and then we've got 3 combat ones left.
Sure.
It's funny as well that, like, okay, so what's the tropes? What's the characterization between each of the head of each guild? You know, each life that we see, the teachers of them. What's their big tropes? They like what they do. I mean, I absolutely could just not do these quests again. I keep saying that. I could just skip this. This is entirely possible, but if I do that, then I'm skipping out on the narrative. You do that, but you've got these eggs right here. And I'll have enough from doing that. Now it's time to make a boiled egg. Go to the workbench. Oh boy, I wonder what this is going to look like. This is going to be a unique minigame that we've never seen before. I can't believe I'm saying this, but, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 got cooking, like, more detailed than this.
What's wrong?
Come here with a request, ma'am. A royal banquet will be held at the palace. Omelets. What the hell? That's a horrible idea. Why would I take on that job? I made you a boiled egg and you're like, this is your time to shine. It's a royal banquet. Tip-top tomatoes, which calls for us to go to the capital market. It's going to be really entertaining because I haven't actually been to the capital. This is new territory for everyone involved. Again, like, once this is done, like, I don't know how we unlock the other 2 lives, but once this is done, at the very least, it means that we can focus on the combat stuff, which inherently, it will be more involved. You know, you have to hunt down something and kill it. That is automatically more entertaining than this, which is a shame because, again, I harken back to Final Fantasy XIV. One of my favorite things to do in Final Fantasy XIV is quite literally just to, you know, set up shop doing something, you know, becoming a woodcutter, making clothes, becoming a chef or something like that. Like the little details that you can do in that game alone, like I really enjoy that side of that game. And again, I'm sure that, like, once things kick off and actually get the progression of, like, oh, in order to make this item, you need to make this using this life and this using this life. Once we start to combine things together, I'm sure there'll be some form of, like, satisfaction from that. Also notice that, like, things are going quicker at this point because I've decided to stop looking at the skill tree. Because whilst it would probably make things a little bit easier, because of course you've got skills like, you know, how I was complaining about how quick it takes to, like how quick some of these things are to do, like the time limit on these things. We've got a skill that can like extend the time for that sort of stuff. There we go. What's the difference between good and what's the difference between done and good job? Because it doesn't seem to be consistent which one we get. I thought that was like a quality type thing, but we got more excellence and greats on that one in quick succession than anything we've done before. God.
Congratulations! Come back soon.
I haven't even looked at how much Josh we've got at this point. Yeah. Right, now we've just got the combat ones to do.
I'm so glad to see
Again,
you're
I'm just
back.
doing what the game has wanted me to do. You know, if I wanted to level up anything, by all means. It'd be interesting to, like, see how quick we can get through this again. Because it was 2 fights in quick succession last time. It's a lonely life with only deadly monsters to keep you company and a big frickin' sword by your side, so that's why we can make great swords. It's not a lonely life though, that's why there's a guild.
Get out of here.
This is the most character our character has given during one of these quests.
Hey, you.
Great swords are slow to swing, but deal massive damage with every strike. Try to link your attacks with Y and X and cut your foes asunder.
You're around.
So yeah. We got a kill, so is it just going to be the same, but instead of like getting ingredients and doing the little mini games, we kill things. Maybe that's the other thing that's missing from this at this point. The idea that like we have an overarching XP bar that levels us up in overall. So again, there's not just like we need to do specific things for specific lives, but there's like a unifying sense of progression amongst everything else. The sheepies, they talk obnoxiously at this point as well. Right, let's go. Yeah. Didn't even cry for a moment. If we change lives, actually, does that affect our HP, or when we level up HP, is that's like attached to us overall? You figure out a way to check that out at some point. Because that was on my mind for a little bit beforehand. I'm wondering if our stats, like, build universally. I assume not. Finish the job. Okay, so, yep. To the capital we go.
Hey, you.
Okay. I've got no words to say about this. There's depth between which class we should use and when. But I am losing my mind. Oh, that's a thing I haven't investigated. Is there a high limit to the amount of items we can hold? 999. Okay. Well. Terror of the Tides ain't going down without a fight. I can enhance the attack power first. Okay. Okay. See, again, this is the issue of me, like, exploring the other characters at this point, is that I fought a bunch of these already. I haven't seen one of those attack yet. Yep, and now we have to go back and we finish this quest, and then we can start the next one. Da 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 da. Level up. Right. I want to reiterate as well that you have to do this much work in this game, getting all the lives, just to do the side quests in this game. It takes this long to get to the point where you can actually start doing the side quests at a comfortable state. You know, otherwise you accept side quests and you wander around and it's just sort of like, well, the official way to do that is gone. You have to wait a chunk of time before I can get around to knowing how to make it, because it'll be a lot easier to do that than it would be to buy it. Well, not easier, but you get what I mean. Cheaper.
What do you know? You're pretty good.
Right. I believe it's archery next, and then we can become a mage. Two range classes. I think that was still quicker than most of the regular stuff that we've done. Look at all the stuff that we can make. But again, I don't know if like
Glad to see your
leveling
dog
up our
looking at
lives
you.
will like get us better equipment automatically. Guess we have to go around here.
Good to see you.
You're Archie, of course you are.
Okay.
So the story stuff is the same as the other combat-based classes as well. If you're wondering at this point, like, okay, so it's relatively clear that we're not going to get much out of the narrative, like out of the writing when it comes to these guild quests. Why am I still doing them? It's very interesting to me to note the amount of wasted characters we've got. Okay. So we can like rapid fire on this one. Hyper healthy honey. There's a big bee. I mean, I'll say this, at the very least, for the time being, that hunters can use R to perform Hunter Step. Use this to quickly dodge and attack. Ooh. Use this to quickly dodge and attack and maintain optimal distance between you and your foe. Hold Y to perform Arrow Rain. In the capital, you say? What is this capital you speak of? Can I not? Oh, that's not. I think I can. It's this I'm looking for. There we go. Holy moly. Can we shoot boxes? We can. We don't have ammo. That's interesting to know. Look at that. How quickly we leveled up again. It's a big bee! Remember the moves I taught you? Yes, I probably won't have to use them, so don't worry. Look at that. It's actually quicker just for me to spam. It's quicker for me to just spam the attack button than to use any of the SP moves. That's insane. Oh god. We're nearly through. We've nearly done it. Remember the constipated side quest that we had to do at the start of this game? That, well, we didn't have to do, but you get what I mean. Now, these sorts of classes, surely the incentive behind using these would be more to do with, like... I mean... The only thing I can think of is, like, puzzles, right? Or an enemy that you can't hit with a sword. Because if everything can go down with a hit, with, like, a few hits from any weapon, there's no point.
Nice work.
Switching arrows. Cool. I mean, that is generally cool, but is there a limit to it? Is it like the SP? Is that the point? The chargeable attack, the attack, as well as buddy special skills. Okay. I figure that's just going to apply to everything else as well. Okay, hang on. I did miss out on 2 pages. Let me just quickly read them. What am I doing with my life? Where is it? There it is, guide. Oh, it's just telling me what the other ones are. Okay. Did I misread how to change them? I think I did. Unless I have to gain access to the other stuff first. Right, okay. No, not charge attacks. Elements. No. Switching arrows. Okay, so... Nope. I'm guessing if I go to the skill board... Yeah, there we go. I'm going to get... Sleep is a hell of a one to get first. I always think that's the sleep status in anything is like... That's one of the last things you should get because it interrupts enemy turns. So we do that and then switch to that. It does not affect SP. Right. That's not good. Okay, well, I guess it's going to be the same thing that applies to being a mage, right?
I'm so glad to see you. What can I do for you?
I normally look forward to playing as magic-based classes in games, but I have a feeling that this is going to be pretty much identical to the archer. It's going to be a ranged-based thing, and we're going to have the ability to change what spells we can do by unlocking them and pressing R. Right? Why did you scream like that? Oh, it's up there. What the fuck? Ah!
I've been waiting.
The name's Oz, feline and master magician extraordinaire at your service. Talking to cat's still a little tough for you to digest. It shouldn't be, because at this point every animal's had a line of dialogue that we've met. In a cutscene anyway. Staves. When using a staff, press Y for range attacks and X for area spells. If you rank up, you'll learn stronger spells.
Come back anytime.
To the capital we go. Because where else would we go at this point? I mean, at the very least, when it comes to this, like, I would like to have access to the other two the other two life options, because it kind of feels like that if we had those, I could just, like, this will be the last video on those tutorials, and then, like, from the next episode onwards, we can just get on with our, you know, just stuff in general. We can experiment, we can level up for a bit before we move on with the main quest. Okay. Ugh. Elemental weaknesses. I understand. I know how all of this works. I feel like if Final Fantasy wasn't the game that you learned how to use the rock paper scissors style of elemental combat, it was probably Pokemon. We haven't had to kill anything yet. What gives, video game? You think we got access to, like, flying about in the dragon at some point, and we can just, like, take off and drop wherever we want to? I know how spirits work. The host. Right, just so I can, like, bypass this later on, if I have a look at this, will it tell me... Switch magic? Yeah. You unlock the ability to switch magic through that and not the thing that you're switching to? That's kind of insane. Oh god. No, let's not do that. Jeez, that was more brutal than I thought it would be. This keeps them back, I suppose. Yelling out your character trait is kind of dull. I'm not gonna not gonna lie. Again, these are more engaging than the previous live stuff, just not by too much. They can close the distance pretty fast, though. Ironically, I think that the arch is better for this stuff, because it seems like casting spells is slower than just firing a bow. Okay, meditates. What? Reducing SP consumption. Yeah, you shouldn't be telling me to switch magic if I haven't got the skill. I mean... Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get used to using this class. I mean, I'll get used to using them more at some point because I'm a completionist. But, there's a lot of effort for... Okay, so once you get the combo going, it's fine. It's more just mobility than anything else. Yeah, looking around at things like little fishing spots and just imagining the amount of stuff that I get done just by exploring. Did he glitch? He did. Right, how much damage does this do? Not as much as I would have liked. I suppose, like, the point is that I want to be optimizing, like, using more powerful spells rather than just a regular range stuff. Like the basic attacks. And managing the SP for that is the point for Magician to deal more damage. Otherwise I'll just get clobbered on. It's a cute kitty. I'd pet the kitty. Right, so that's that. That's the last bit of that. I guess the real question is, do I stop this now? Or... I mean, I guess what we could do at this point, because I'm going to assume that progressing on with the narrative isn't going to be that big of a deal. We could do the next little bit of the narrative right now, and then after we've done that, I'll call it there. And then we can focus in the next video predominantly on just getting shit done, as it were. You would really think that the life stuff would be, like, first and foremost on the menu, like, not the second tab. Yeah, I guess we'll just do this then. Can be resumed after making... Yeah, so we'll just continue. How long have we been traveling? I feel like I've just migrated. That is not something you want to put in a game like this. Because if the player just gets on with it... It hasn't been that long. Longest. Afraid you haven't returned to... you've returned to your world. Believe me, we're trying.
Yes.
Really want to say goodbye to you both and your dragon. Does he have a name? It'll be cool if there was a side quest involving her at some point in the middle of all this.
No way.
Because I guess we're meant to assume that some time has passed. But it really does not come across that way. Skeleton. Growl.
Huh?
Oh. Gotcha.
Oh, I know.
Whoa.
We can actually just go back and forth through time? Okay. Did not see that coming. Fair enough. Oh, is this going to be like a restore the island type thing?
Oh.
Yeah.
Please. You must destroy the cog.
What the hell? Full
Save
full
this
voice acting.
world.
Hmm.
Whoa, what a find!
You're confusing me a little bit, game. Are we committing to?
Oh.
Yeah, I guess we're restoring the island. I would assume that's the thing we're doing here.
What do we have here? What the? Ah! What the? Hmm. Trip.
It's us. We're all alive together in one place. Huzzah!
Edward. Hey, kid. Gotcha. Extraordinary.
Distant past. Yep.
Ah! What the? Hey, kid.
It's amusing, right? Because a lot of things are being reiterated here, and it again, it just feels sort of stagnant. Like, we know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go underground, right? That's the point of like coming here, supposedly. And that's like, okay, fine, whatevs. But holy moly, taking a while to get to it. So this is going to be the equivalent of like the Stardew Valley mines, I assume. We come here in the present day, go down the mines, and like we progress further and further.
Oh. What do we have here?
Leave.
Huh?
Oh no, she's been possessed by something evil.
Poof.
Or someone has, I don't know. They're doing the anti-Zelda thing. To be fair, I was feeling a lot of those vibes throughout this game, like particularly like Link Between Worlds, which I assume was popular around the time of this game's release. I don't actually know when the original version of this game came out. That poor dragon. It's being done so we can't move about as much. I understand that, but also like, holy moly, beating the crap out of him for no reason. Different time periods.
What the? Whoa!
Holy moly. Oh, is this just us getting like a full view of the place?
Extraordinary.
Are we gonna get a title drop now?
Extraordinary.
These are gonna be teleport points. I got ya. I got ya.
Hey, kid.
What should we call this place, Splungus?
What the?
Okay.
Hey, watch it. What do we have here? No way. Whoa.
So yeah, if I were to cheekily check this map right now. Oh, this is quite substantial actually. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, fair enough. It took us this long to get to this point. Ah, I didn't mean to press that. I want to do this. Okay. I assume that this is all going to contribute to, like, it's expecting us to be here anyway for for our levels. Let me get a closer look at you. Ugh.
Hey, kid. Gotcha.
It's weird because we've got content that's adding to the world now, and my mind's immediately like fixated on it. It's so Zelda coded though.
Aw, what gives?
Yeah, okay. I should have figured that there was like Breath of the Wild. So it's like heavily Zelda inspired left, right, and center, but also with just job elements. Okay, so towers. Approach tower, open up the map, all that jazz. Area rank. Okay, and area XP. To unlock higher area ranks, you'll need to raise each area's XP, defeat enemies and gather resources. That's kind of cool. You can make areas that you were in a little more difficult at something. What's this?
Whoa!
What in the world? Just let me go. I'll tell you what I know. Okay. It feels really weird to say this, but yeah, so that's the equivalent of like Ganon's castle. It feels like we just started the game. Like, tonally, this is... Holy moly. Yep, very warm. Gotcha. So we're gonna need to craft something to help us get through to the next area, which automatically makes this better than Breath of the Wild. You know, when you consider that Breath of the Wild is like, just have this item of clothing and all status effects will be negated. It's like, what do you mean? You taught me how to cool myself down in warm areas and warm myself up in cold areas, and now the game's just like, nah, just put on a shirt, it'll do the rest for you. Soothing water. You're in a grisly situation. If you could bring me some soothing water from the oasis, that'd be great. It's telling me exactly where it is. Unless you're a...
Oh,
We're like a million things a moment. We're being introduced to so much.
huh?
Phantom Buddies. They are spirits of powerful heroes whose souls wandered into this world. Kind of spooky. If you can work out an agreement with one, they'll help you on your journey. So we are going to have a party system of sorts. Phantom Buddies. In Jormosia, you might encounter phantoms, souls of powerful heroes who have wandered into this world. Talk to them and they'll join you as allies for a short time. Only one phantom buddy can... Okay, so there we go. Can join your party at a time. Keep in mind that they'll disappear after a period or when you leave Jormosia. Phantom Buddies do not level up while adventuring, but any XP they gain will be shared among other party members. Still sort of implying that there might be some NPC boys here and there. We shall see, I guess. We shall see. Colin.
That's great.
Got a phantom buddy. Yep. Begin battle. Do we have like a time limit for Colin? Because it said time. Like, if we leave the location, sure, he'll go, but is there like a set time for him as well? Splash, 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 and rub it in. Except for my camel. I guess he can go on hot surfaces. Mounts. Oh, that's right, we got the Pegasus that I'm never going to use in my life. A new function has been added to the weird pad. Ah. Yeah, so we can just walk about on them. And I guess that's meant to be representative of, like, a shrine over there as well.
What the?
Little sand spiders.
What the? No way. I'm... Hey, what?
I don't actually think that mentioned that. Edward hasn't done anything for us yet. That's going to be a shrine, isn't it?
What gives?
Shiny poop. It really does exist.
What the?
Ugh, that means that the design was intentional. That sucks. They made it to look like poo. Ugh. How's it going, buddy? New rank has been unlocked for the west. Yep. What does that mean? I have to go back to level it up? It does. That's awesome. I love that. That's gonna... I'm gonna sink so much time into this game. That's gonna be awesome. Like, it's taken us this long to get like a Sheikah Slate type thing. But again, like, check out my Tears of the Kingdom playlist on my channel to see my thoughts on that game and hear my thoughts on Breath of the Wild. So you can get a really good idea of why I think that, like, little things like this is what was missing from that title. You know? Motivation to do things, rather than just throw me into a world and be like, oh, okay, there you go. Please, help me. Oh, they're only level 5. I was storing them. Okay.
I've got. What do we have here?
God, I'm just thinking about the fact that I spent like 3 episodes doing all those life quests. And this was like, this was here.
What the?
Yeah. I need to ask you a favor.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep, I figured as much. It's amazing how quickly like my stance on this game has changed. My dog barking outside again. Google Bert.
No way. All right.
There's something. Okay. That's a key for traveling between. That's just common knowledge, is it? It's meant to be like a teardrop. I get you. I see what's happening here. I see what you like. It's ironic because like if we just refer to the Breath of the Wild by itself, it's like okay, I see what you're doing like lore wise. Again, like incentive. That was that game's problem. There was just none.
Extraordinary. Hey, kid.
Oh. Right, where are we going now then? Back to the present, okay. No, we just teleported elsewhere. On the island?
All right. Yeah.
We made it back. Wait, no, oh, so that's okay. Relative. What? I'm so confused. Was that legitimately just a different planet, or like?
Oh.
Because this looks like we're back in the present. There should be a cog at the bottom of the depths. Flying with skeleton. Set skeleton icon on the map to travel to towns, dungeons, and other places you've visited. Go also fly to any tower. Yep. Venture your way. You can travel across the vast continent, master lives, or yeah. Is the door still here? But like, does this now mean that we can like? Oh, we can just travel back now. Or we can venture forwards. I guess we'll venture forward for a little bit. I'll just do a little bit more and then we'll call it there because I'm wondering if there's going to be a point that takes me back to Eternia because it feels like two different environments completely, if that makes sense. Like two completely different games are happening here at the moment. One where it's like, oh, you're helping out a small little goofy town with all these goofy little things. And then there's this one where it's like, this is like a very heavily inspired Breath of the Wild type experience. Which it's like melding all the Zelda things, lots of level 5 tropes, and elements of Breath of the Wild together into this. I say Breath of the Wild, you get what I mean. Like, I know obviously it's not a clone or anything like that, but...
Huh?
Yeah, we got Stardew Valley going on. Well, not really Stardew Valley. We've got, like, a weird, like, Animal Crossing type scenario going on in one area. There's got to be a better phrase for it. Like, it's closer to something like My Time at Sandlot or something like that, which is another game that I need to play significantly more of at some point. But, yeah, you've got something like that going on in the background. And then you've got this weird, like... semi-diet Zelda-esque plot happening here. Maybe Tales of is a better representative because like the characters are very goofy. I look at the thing too.
Extraordinary.
What does it say? Succeed in extracting life energy from the human body, but not without side effects. It appears subjects with high degree of life force, so that's what we got to do. Strangelings.
Hey, watch it.
So that's what's happening with them. God, but it's like it's throwing another element just on top of that as well, though. Like, we've barely explored Eternia in terms of, like... There's not much that's happening there, to be honest. And it needs... Like, I feel like, because of its inclusion, it needs to be fleshed out to some extent.
What the heck?
Appreciated.
Stop fixing!
What?
Whoa.
Oh, God. Is it going to be like, we have to level up to be like a miner of a specific level to break the rock here?
Gotcha. Whoa!
Place a shred of hope. Okay.
Hmm.
Nice.
Kanugi. Celestia's gift. A cake with lots of strawberries on top will do.
Yeah.
Obtain strange things from shrines. Yeah, okay. I get you. Again, like, this is what I'm saying in terms of, like, the Breath of the Wild inspirations. I'm not going to do the journalistic thing and saying, it's a Breath of the Wild like, or something like that. Because it's not, but you can... Oh, you can see. Yep.
Did it.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Trapped underground.
No way. Huh?
Okay.
Wanna see what I've got?
Okay, I kind of get it. So we're going to be bringing strangelings to the present in order to set up their, like, life style types. So we're going to be learning things in the past, bringing that stuff to the present, so we can use it to help us proceed forwards, find villages to bolster things or something like that. Let's make do with this house for tonight. What? But isn't Edward, like, in trouble? I feel like that this is more urgent than people are giving it credit for. So, yeah, we're building a village. Okay. Now we've got elements of, like, dark cloud going on here as well. Yep. It's your house, so choose how to decorate. Place furniture, yada 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 yada. I got it. I kind of wish that I built this place. That's the only thing.
Cook agrees.
No way.
Alright. Bow wow, bow wow. We'll focus on that at another point. My brain's like frazzled by the amount of information that's just been shoved into my head after hours and hours and hours of running back and forth to the capital. Like... This is going to be a 2-hour one. I can feel it.
Gotcha.
Which isn't out of the ordinary. I used to do like 3-hour episodes for this sort of stuff, but God, my brain. The Duganator. I prefer the Doog.
Gotcha. All right.
Leap of 1,000 years. I'm significantly more interested in this game now. It's wearing its inspirations on the front of its shirt, like, rather than on its sleeves. It's kind of blatant with what it's doing. Not necessarily a bad thing, of course, but right. So we're gonna be heading back to Eternia. I got you. Let's do that.
Oh, I know. Huh?
No way.
Yes. Well,
Holy moly.
huh?
Get help from this awesome mino who smashed their way through a mountain.
Um,
What?
aw.
I don't really know how much help she's gonna be, but sure. Oh god, we've got like... I suppose like... So the depth stuff is like... What the hell? Okay. I'm gonna... I'm gonna leave it there because my brain is melting. What actually... What are you? Are you like a... Because you're giving off the same bubble as the guy in here?
Yo! Yeah. Huh?
Okay, cool. The bulletin board I was asking for hours ago is now here. So you can tour all of the islands throughout Mysteria Kingdom. Check the bulletin board on each island and you'll get quests. And we get different awards and level to... In fact, so there's a... We finally! You know? So this is the overarching level thing that I was referring to. And we can make... Oh my god. What's that mean? Choose a gathering... Hang on. Choose a gathering life, choose a crafting life. No idea what that means or how to do that. I'm trying to go over into that menu actually to see if I can get anything, but I guess that's... I guess it's meant to be self-explanatory. Gathering could be farming and crafting could be artistry. Find Snapdragon on this island. Spend 10,000 dosh on this island. Okay, and what's this? What's the new one? Thatched house. Go on down. And I suppose that will just keep expanding as it goes. That's awesome! Like, that's cool stuff. But also you've got like all this main quest stuff just like in my face, and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to run around and do all this wacky shenanigans. And we've got all the side quests that we haven't done yet as well. Oh, the content has just exploded. That's what's just happened. Like, we were stuck on like little things to do, and it's like, oh, this is going to be repetitive as all hell. And now the game's just like, oh, by the way, here's like this massive, progressive, like, world map for you to slowly but surely unlock. And as you unlock it, you can gain ranks and get rewards that way. You get rewards for doing like casual things with the bulletin board, doing side quests, doing different lifestyle stuff. We've got a house that we can decorate, things like that. And I'm sure that village, when we make that in the future, we can deck that out as well. Oh my god, we finally reached it. We reached Nirvana. It took this long. God damn it. There's a life menu. We can just press that to go there now. Okay. Right. I suppose what I'll do is, instead of just leveling these up using the challenges, we'll level them up naturally. I think that's probably the thing to do here. And the reason why I say that is because I suspect we're going to be using a lot of these a lot of the time now. Because I'm thinking like fishing in the other worlds and things like that. Like, all that's opened up now. And the minigames are going to be supposedly less repetitive because we're not going to be going, like, we'll be doing more of it over the course of the entire game, but it's going to be more sporadic, more dispersed now because we've got things to explore. We're not going to be wandering back and forth to a goddamn capital constantly. Oh my god, I can't believe you have to play this much of the, like, again, you can just go straight to the dragon, get all of that stuff unlocked and just move on with your life. I 100% get that. But who in their right mind would start this out, realize that you've got, you know, your life master, you've got your guild and all that sort of stuff, and you've got things that you need to unlock, like classes that you need to unlock that could be more optimal than what you've already been playing as, things like that. Why would you not try to unlock them all from the get-go just to get it out of the way with it? So as you're naturally doing things over the course of the entire world, you're leveling them up as well. So I kind of feel like that everything that we did over the past 2 episodes is something that's like, I don't know, like hard-coded into most people. Because I don't know, like, why would I not unlock all of the combat classes now to test them out and see what I prefer? Why would I not unlock all the other stuff to try and upgrade my character to the best of my ability for... I've got incentive to do it now as well, that's right. Like, exploring and progressing, like, the larger world, they're gonna be ranked, there's gonna be, like, harder levels in the world as you progress. So, of course, it's gonna reach a point where it's like, I'm gonna need better equipment before I can go forward to give me a chance. So, that's just gonna be a factor in going back here and, like, leveling up. And I can do all of, like, the subjective stuff where it's like, I can decorate my house and woohoo and hey, rather than just go cross-eyed, sit on a rock for hours on end, just staring at a work table going, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I've been revitalized. The second wind has been given to me. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, okay, cool. Very, very much looking forward to continuing with this game now to see what it has to offer properly. I just can't believe it took this long to get to that point. I swear, like, not just that, but it took until the end of this episode. Like, you have to watch a big old chunk of this episode to get to the point where it's like, oh, hey, he's discovered the point of the game. God, what I've been doing is the equivalent of, like... I'm trying to think of, like, an example. like doing lots of different small side quests and in a racing in like an open world racing game, and then you get to the point where the game's like, oh by the way, you can actually do like Grand Prix and stuff. You can do you have the option to do like proper races now if you want to progress forward. There's a reason to do all that side content. It's like, really? There's a reason behind this? But I think the way I would reformat this game is after discovering, I need to get the name right for this place, after discovering Genormosia, I'll get the hang of it at some point, after discovering that and doing that chunk of the story, make that linear, make me have to do that sort of stuff next. After I've done that, lock me out of all live stuff apart from like maybe one combat class to begin with. After doing all of that, when I get back here, unlock the reasons why I need to do the live things contextually, because now the vision is clear to me. I get what's going to happen going forwards now, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited to get into that properly. It just took until this point to do that. It took me like wandering back and forth to the capital 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what, not 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's say 13, because we have to do stuff for the story quest stuff. So 13 times going back and forth to the capital. Technically 14, because one of the quests required us to go back and forth there twice. But we'll be generous and say 13. 13 times I had to run back and forth, do the same routine over and over and over again with the shallowest of characters, get precious little out of it, just for the sake of being able to do the point of the game. You know, gather resources, make better equipment, actually like get me into the mindset of like, oh, okay, it's gonna be the prospect of like combining these classes together and making something really unique in order to continue on with the story or something like that. That was exciting. I was a little bit disappointed by the fact that there didn't seem to be like a larger thing overall, because bear in mind that when I have a look at this map, I thought this was it. You know, I didn't think there was much else to this game. Now you've given me and I'm like, I'm on board, baby. Let's do this. Let's do this. And also the base camp here. So we're gonna have like look, we can develop all this stuff. We're gonna have like a dark cloud level system with this map. We've got and like an almost, I don't know how to describe it, Animal Crossing level system with this. In terms of like gathering resources and all that sort of stuff. And then we've just got like your Zelda sort of hack and slashy stuff going on with this entire area. Awesome! Finally! And we've also got the Stardew Valley type like depth system as well. Like, oh my god. Sorry, the estimated rating for this game has gone up significantly, is what I'm saying. Because I was stuck in hell for a period of this. I was losing motivation. It was rough. But yeah. Thank God. And for those that had to like stick that out with me, thank you very much. It took a long ass time to get here. But now we are here. We can get a move on with shit. Awesome. See you guys in the next one.